Hey, it's Christine, Manifestation Queen, here to remind you of your manifesting power. I wanted to talk about everyone is you pushed out. When I understood this concept, it was a game changer for me. I'll go over a few things of how I ended up changing a few people's attitudes towards me, what I did specifically, and then I'll give you some examples of things you can try out for yourself. So one thing in particular, a family member was being kind of mean to me, being aggressive and giving me an attitude for no reason, taking it out on me. And I used to just kind of let it slide. I would feel down about it and, feel the guilt that maybe I did something wrong or I did something to piss them off. But then I decided one day, I was like, no, I don't want to deal with this. So as he was being mean to me, I ignored what he was saying and I repeated over and over in my head, he's always nice to me. 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 And a few hours later, he apologized to me for being mean to me. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That worked. And then it happened again. And I was like, okay, let me try this again. He's always nice to me. He's always nice to me. He's always nice to me. Like as he's like being mean to me, I'm just ignoring what he's saying and kind of, listening, but not really listening. Definitely not reacting. Just saying, oh, he's always so nice to me. He's nice to me. He's nice to me. He's always nice to me. And that one took like a few days. I didn't notice his behavior change for like a few days, but I did notice that he ended up being nicer to me. And there's been a few times where he did fall back into the old pattern of giving me an attitude, but I've been instantly changing it as soon as I notice. I'm like, oh, he's always nice to me. He's always nice to me. He's always nice to me. And it really hasn't played out in quite some time where he's been giving me an attitude. So it's almost like I needed to keep reaffirming it, keep reaffirming it, keep reaffirming it, nip it in the butt as soon as I noticed it. And now it's kind of smooth sailing, like he really is always nice to me. Another example was I always used to have anxiety about being a people pleaser. Like I always worried about, oh, I hope they like me, especially at my working situations. Like I always was worried that my boss wouldn't see me as valuable or they wouldn't like me. And I turned it around, especially on this one boss. I think I remember thinking like, oh, she really likes me. She and I have a special connection. Like we see eye to eye when no one else does. And what's crazy about this is like everyone on our team like saw her as this like dictator, this terrible person, and people were like scared of her. And little old me, I'm just like, she's the best. We have such a good relationship. And I had this boss for a few years. Towards the end of our working relationship, we used to go out to lunch together, and she used to pay for our lunch with her company card. And she used to tell me, "Don't tell that, don't tell anyone else that I do this because I don't take people out to lunch like this." But I really enjoyed having lunch with her. We had a great time. We did have a really good working relationship. And it was because I had those thoughts and beliefs playing over. When everyone else was like, oh my God, she's the scariest boss ever. I'm just like, she's great. Like she loves me. So you can do this with any type of relationship. So for example, say you're dating someone and maybe they're not texting you back as much as you would like, or they're kind of like into you, but you kind of get this feel that they're not into you. I mean, if you really want this relationship, if it's a true desire, because sometimes if you get mixed signals, maybe you're just not into that person. So take a look at like what you really want. But say you really like this person. You can just affirm and say, he's obsessed with me or she's obsessed with me. He's calling me more often. He's texting me back all the time. He can't stop thinking about me. And ignore the circumstances that say go against any of those thoughts. So say he's not texting you. You're just going to keep affirming the opposite that, oh, he's texting me all the time. He's obsessed with me. He loves to hang out with me. We have such a great time. Like, dwell in those thoughts and ignore the current circumstances. So, in the example of the family member that was giving me an attitude, like I wouldn't react to his meanness because I was repeating over and over, he's always nice to me. So then that became the dominant thought. Before it was, he's always mean to me. I replaced that with the dominant thought of he's always nice to me. And then he reflected that back to me. So you can do that with any relationship. You get to decide. Everyone is you pushed out. And you can decide how people respond to you. You just change your thoughts. It's so cool. Like, not only can you affirm for things that you want to manifest, you can affirm for how others treat you. There's a quote in one of Neville Goddard's books that says, when you change the concept of yourself, your whole world changes and all the messengers. So, all the people in your life respond to your assumptions, to your thoughts, to your affirmations. So, try it out and be persistent. So, say if you are in a relationship, he's not responding to you, and you're affirming, he's always messaging me, he's obsessed with me, he's always messaging me, he loves me, we have such a good time together, and you're still not seeing it play out in your 3D world, like he's still not texting, keep going, keep persisting. It might take a little while for your dominant thoughts to be on that side versus he's not texting me. So try it out. I'm sure there's people in your life that you'd like to change your relationship or make it a little bit better. Maybe you do have good relationships and you just want to take it to the next level. Like, we have such a good time all the time. Or, this particular person is always happy. If you find that like someone in your life is always kind of like grumpy, he's always happy or she's always happy, and then see how it plays out. It's so fun to experiment. So enjoy that one. Let me know how it goes, or let me know what type of affirmations you're going to uh, manifest for someone. Oh, and one other fun manifesting story I have about manifesting for other people. So I have two kids, a boy and a girl. And the girl is older. She came first. And when we were potty training, I'm not a fan of potty training. It's just a whole new world to them, like coming out of diapers and now having to recognize that they need to do that business on a toilet. It's awkward for them. It's awkward for the parents. So with my first, we had such a tough time with potty training. And everyone said, oh, girls are so easy to potty train. Well, my daughter wanted nothing to do with it. And I kept saying that in my head, like, she's not interested in potty training. She just doesn't care. She'll just pee her pants. And it took her like 2 years. Like, we started when she was 2 years old. She didn't start like fully doing the potty by herself till she was like 4 years old. It was awful. On the other hand, my son, the second one, that's when I realized I could kind of use my thoughts to help potty train much easier. So we started him when he turned 3 years old because I thought, oh, maybe 2 years was too young. Although now that I know more about manifesting, I probably should have started earlier. But anyway, we started him at 3 years old, and we did like, a potty training boot camp for like 4 days, no diapers, just trying to get him used to the toilet and the potty and that whole experience. And I kept saying, and even though he would have accidents, it happens. I would keep saying to myself, oh, he really likes potty training. He gets it. He actually enjoys the independence of him knowing when he has to go. He does both pee and poop in the potty. He likes doing it. He enjoys doing it. He likes doing it. He's fully potty trained. No lie, he was fully potty trained in like a month. I couldn't believe it. So it's really true. Watch your thoughts because they play out on other people as well. How's that for an example? Potty training. I bet you didn't see that one coming. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.